Salt.
Where you get the garlic from?
Salt.
Though? You added garlic.
Oh no! You said the first time I said salt, you already knew I would. Shut your ass up.
Well,
you said as soon as you said salt.
Well, when you
just a man on a mission, ambition to never fail. Personality electric, he is animated male, intelligent and wise, calm and often cool. Chris James giving opinions while also speaking the truth. Empathy and compassion. Stephen Michael is here, helping you through your traumas, helping you with your fears. These three forces combine and keep it honest. Turn up the volume, cause this is the application of knowledge.
Welcome to the Application of Knowledge podcast. I am Animated Mel, Chris James, Stephen Michael, and this is, I believe, is it 120?
It is.
Okay, I can remember, man. I can remember. It's 120. You know what I mean? And
120 episodes.
damn, son.
That's a lot of weeks.
Hey, man, we out here. We out here. They didn't think we's out here because we outside. Because we like that bully that showed up. You ain't think they gonna show up? Nah, because we out here. We knocking on your door like the Jehovah's Witness. We out here.
Wow.
You know, and all right, we going to do a shout out. It's not what we celebrate. I mean, I know Chris don't celebrate. But shout out to the daddies out there. You know what I mean?
No, I celebrate Father's Day.
Yeah, shout out to Father's Day. You know what I mean? Shout out to Steven. You know what I mean? Shout out to the fathers out there. I just want to say that all the fathers that I know that are in my, my closer circle, they are great examples of what it is actually meaning to be a father. You know what I mean? I don't hang around no deadbeats, none of that. You know what I mean? People who take care of their kids, their children, and hold them down, And I done learned, once I'm able to have children, I have really good examples, to pull from.
Once you're able to have them, you can't have children
right
now.
Like you make it sound.
You waiting for a shot to come through. You need some pills.
Sound like a surgery or
Nah,
something.
man, I'm just saying, I ain't ready right now.
I'm just telling you how it sounded.
Okay. Once I get into a position where I am going to have children, is that a little better?
It's a little better.
A little better. You know what I mean? I have good examples of people that I can mold my fatherhood.
You gotta rebuild the community, man. Starts with the fathers.
So yeah, it definitely starts with the father. So shout out to the pappies. I know they like to hate on the pappies out here.
I sure do.
You know what I mean?
More men than pappies, I think.
Yeah, or just men.
It's just men in general, not necessarily fathers, but fathers still do get the short end of the stick.
Yeah.
Father's Day, actually, I don't know how true this is, but I saw this on a reel, but it actually kind of makes sense. But out of all the holidays that we celebrate in a calendar year, Father's Day ranks number 20th on the list. The 20th celebrated holiday.
I'm surprised it's not the least most celebrated.
I mean, I don't know how many. It's
number one would be Christmas.
It is.
Okay.
You know number two?
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day.
Number two?
Number two
is Mother's Day from Christmas?
Yep. The second most celebrated holiday is Mother's Day.
I thought it'd be Halloween at least.
Halloween is number 6. Halloween.
Why would you think Halloween?
Halloween is huge.
But yes, it's huge, but I wouldn't think it was number 2.
It's number 6.
Next to Christmas?
I mean, I don't know.
Thanksgiving.
Halloween is.
That's not.
I don't know. I don't know Thanksgiving, but I'm sure it's up there.
Thanksgiving. People love.
Probably number 3.
They love being gluttonous.
I mean, you got Memorial Day or 4th of July, Valentine's Day.
I can see it at number 2 or something like that.
You have those, especially those major ones where people get off work. So, but yeah, number 6.
That's crazy. It's 20th.
Number 20.
That's crazy.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me at all, and I would think that's probably accurate.
Mainly, why? Because men don't do all the crazy spending shopping like that.
Oh no, I was gonna say it's not men and what they want desire, but women are the ones that really put into holidays.
Yeah.
And you have a lot of bitter women. I mean, just honestly.
Well, women are the number one consumer, number one. So you ask a man, what do you want? He's gonna tell you nothing. He's good. Number 2, women don't buy men things. They don't take care of men. They don't. So, holistically speaking, I'm not talking to all women. There's always those few out there.
Me, I take care.
I do. I've been on my husband. Okay, you're one out of a million, and everybody's that one, by the way, on the internet.
Right.
Always. You're always paying for dinner for your husband or your boyfriend. You always take care of. You always celebrate their birthday. You don't just be giving them sex or the same thing you give them all the time. No, you always do something special. It's always the person on the internet that's always the special snowflake that always does the thing that you're saying women don't do.
But the facts don't align. I mean, it clearly shows the fact that as the 20th celebrated holiday,
that's crazy.
I mean, just women are not going out and doing all these things for their men.
And Mother's Day is
number 2.
That's crazy.
If the thing that's annoying is everybody's got to be that. Well, I do it, right? Okay, I don't believe you, but let's just say you are. That energy is still is not helping anything, because what you should be is like, dang, I didn't know it was like that out here. You know what I'm saying? Like we should do better as women. So even if you are the one to do it, you should be like, you know what? We should be doing better as women. We should be taking care of our men better. We should make men feel loved and cared for. Why is it? If Mother's Day is number 2, Father's Day should be number 3. It should be.
It should be.
Or tied with number 2.
I mean, I wouldn't. Mothers have always been celebrated more than fathers, hands down. So I didn't expect Father's Day to beat Mother's Day. Never will. I mean, but dang, maybe top 5.
Top 5 at least.
Top 5. Like,
honestly,
you need us. You need us too.
Honestly, top 10 would be reasonable. Top 20 is bad. That's bad.
It's almost out of top 20. It is 20.
It's top 20.
But you know, I had a thought today.
All right, what's your thoughts? Yeah, go ahead. What's your thoughts, Steven?
You know what really grinds my gears?
Hey, we got the grinding section. Grinding was making Steven whining. It was good.
In the spirit of Father's Day, it made me think about my love language, right? And my primary love language is words of affirmation. And what is Father's Day, Mother's Day, Thanksgiving, right? Those holidays. What is the theme behind them? Like, what are we supposed to be doing? Like, cause I don't really celebrate my birthday like in the way that others do. Like I used to, obviously, but now like I intentionally don't be like my birthday. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like I went on a trip, but it was like a solo trip. Same thing as last year. Just get away and recharge. Right? It's completely different. If you don't say happy birthday to me, I don't really care, okay? The reason that I said earlier that I care about Father's Day is because Mother's Day, Father's Day, Thanksgiving all encompass the spirit of gratitude, right? It's not something that you're doing for yourself, right? You're usually doing it for someone else.
Yeah.
The holiday is designed to say thank you for being there for me. Thank you for raising me. Thank you for, you know, helping me grow, to be a support system. It is a holiday of gratitude. And being someone who is big on gratitude, whether it's giving it or whether it's receiving it, it made me think about why I cared about Father's Day. And I came to the realization that I really detest ungrateful people. Like, and that really like grinds my gears when you do something for somebody. And I don't do things with the intent of I want something in return. I do it because I want to, right? Like, I mean, there's so much that I do for people that no one knows. No one will ever know. It doesn't matter, right? Like, someone's like, hey, man, you got $50. You know what I'm saying? All right, send me your Cash App. You know, like, I see someone, I saw something on Facebook recently. I'm in our town group. So we have like in our city. They have groups, so I'm in the group.
In DFW?
Yeah, it's in our specific city though.
Okay.
But there was a woman who posted anonymously, and she was just like, "Does anyone have any extra toilet paper? I'm really kind of struggling right now." And there were like 5 women who commented underneath of this, coming at her throat, like, "Oh, you can just go to the dollar store; it's cheap. Like, you can go to Walmart. Like, like." Bro, clearly if she had it, she wouldn't have asked. And in a group, anonymously, she didn't ask for money. She said, "Does anyone have some extra toilet paper?" Right? So I was just like, this is sickening. Like, watching you guys come at this woman for asking for toilet paper. She
That's
clearly
insane.
needs help.
Right.
All women. And I said, "Listen, I'm available tomorrow. Like, can you meet me? We'll get some toilet paper." And I met this random woman, and we went to Family Dollar, wherever it was. It was Family Dollar. And I bought her like 2 giant things of toilet paper, got her paper towels, some dish soap. You know what I mean? Just like stuff that no one's ever going to know. Just things that I do. It's just this me, right? And gave her some life advice, like found out she was breaking up with her boyfriend and she was going through all this stuff. Like, she was trying to get him out of his house, like just all this stuff. And it's like, this is why this woman needs toilet paper. She's taking care of this man who hasn't worked for 2 years, and he just stays home and plays PlayStation all day. Like, literally. And it made me feel really good. She was really grateful. She messaged me like a month after, and she was like, "I finally got him out of my house. Thank you so much. Just thank you for being there." Like the gratitude that she gave me was so, it made me feel good.
Yeah. And
when you do something for somebody, I don't do it for the world to be like, "Ooh, look at me." It's just like, no, I want to do it, and I know that karma, energy, God, right? It all will come back to me, and I truly believe in that, and it makes me feel good. But I really dislike when people don't even say thank you. Like, when you do something for them, even if it's little, they just don't, they show zero gratitude for something that you do, whether it's financial or not, right? Somebody reaches out for some advice, and they don't even say thank you for the information or the time that you spent, or the response is just like, "Okay, cool." Like, bro, I just sent you a paragraph and a PDF and all this information. You were like, "Okay, cool." Like, bro, I'm sorry, that's not gratitude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, look at the effort and energy that someone put into doing something for you, and then reciprocate in the same way as gratitude. Yeah. You don't got to give me money. Like, "Hey, you know what? I really appreciate that. This is going to help me so much." Like, if someone gives you something of value, then in turn, the least you can do is give them the same sort of value back in a thank you. And then do it.
It's not, you don't even have to go out of your way to say thank you.
No, it's literally thank you.
I feel like it's an automatic response, especially if it's something that you want. Like, you just be like, "Oh, damn, thank you."
Right. Right.
Instead of just being like, "Okay."
I mean, okay, cool. You know what I mean? Like, and it really bothers me when people are ungrateful, and it just goes to show that where we are in the world and the level of entitlement, and people are just used to getting things for free, and people just reach out and they're just like, "Oh, I can reach out and touch you." Like, obviously not literally, but they can get to you. And because it's the internet, it's just like, "Oh yeah, it's cool." Like, no, you don't realize that people pay me for my time. Like, there's time that I put in researching and learning and studying and taking classes. Like, be grateful for that information. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it really grinds my gears when people are ungrateful. And it made me realize that Father's Day is a very underappreciated holiday. And while, yes, you do see people that are grateful for their fathers, clearly there's so many that are not. And it really bugs me.
I wonder why there is such a disdain for, I guess, like, fathers, or why is it that it's looked down upon in some, like, granted, being a parent, it's a great thing, but I feel as if there shouldn't be an imbalance of appreciation or acknowledgement. And here in America, because granted, I don't know what happens outside of the country and how they acknowledge their fathers, but here they cater to the feminine type. And I don't think there's necessarily an issue with catering to them, but when you just completely place a blanket or a cover over the man. But yo, what about me? It's just like, bro, it's a consistent imbalance, and that's why I don't think that we should allow society to dictate how we celebrate men or fathers in general. Because like, while I never have been a father, but I do understand.
That you know of.
Nah, cuz I ain't the pappy. I done went to Maury. You know what I mean? Shit. You know what's funny? Like, I got the DNA test. Like, I was talking to my mom a few weeks ago, and she was telling me I was cleaning up. Guess what I found? It was a DNA test.
Yeah, you kept that.
Hell yeah. Cause they be able to swindle. Yeah. Fuck that. I'm keeping that. You know what I mean? I ain't the pappy. But like, I can realize that I was affected in some form because I didn't have a father in my life.
Yeah.
And like, I know that there's something in me that I'm lacking that I'm not aware of, or it's the reason why I gravitated towards like just a male figure when I was younger, whether they were a good person or a bad person. But in my predicament, it just happened to be one of the most grimiest niggas in the hood. You feel me? You know what I mean? Breaking in cell phone stores, kicking in houses. I'm just like, hey, but man, that's my dude, man. That's my dude. That's my ride or die. You feel me? So that's why it is important to have those, have fathers in the home, because there's so many situations that I think about now that happened in the past. And I'm just like, man, if I had that figure or role model in my life of something, I would not be at this particular mindset or this mind state or so. Because, man, even like, that's why like I like to be very consistent with my word, or if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. Because when we lived on New Bedford, and there was this dude that my mom was cool with. They wasn't on that, you know what I mean? They was cool.
They was cool?
Nah, he was just like, he was just a neighbor.
Or they was cool.
Nah, it was cool because I would have been, you know what I mean? I'm protective like that. Cuz, hold on. You know what I mean? But he was supposed to take us fishing.
Okay.
He ain't never take us fishing.
Damn, sorry.
He ain't never take us fishing. He moved out the building and everything. I was a little kid. He's like, man, you gonna take us fishing? Yeah, I'm gonna take y'all fishing. He ain't never take us fishing. Sorry, man. So I'm just like, man, if I had a daddy, like maybe I could go fishing, man. But I think it is important to acknowledge that, daddies, they're necessary. Daddies are necessary, man.
Even if you don't have a father, it's important to have that positive male role model, right? That's really, and I think Chris said it earlier. He was like, it's not a disdain for fathers. It's more or less a disdain for men.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that the whole independent, woman thing has gone too far. Like, listen, I get it. The man was not there. You got to do certain things. I get it. With that still being understood, we still need to work to put our children around positive male role models. That means if you have a friend who's legitimately a friend, right? A man that's just around, who's a friend, who just, maybe every once in a while he takes you guys to the park, or like you guys are legitimate friends, or you put them in sports where now they have coaches, and those coaches can now, they're men, and they can just be around them. Just having that other energy, that male perspective, it's extremely beneficial, and it's needed. It's not just beneficial, it's necessary, right? Now, are the kids, Steve, when you say necessary, can the kids grow up and still be functioning adults? Absolutely, right? But they can, there's certain things that won't happen if there's a male that they can then go to and be influenced by. So even if their father isn't there, I think that it's important for women in that situation to at least put their kids in a situation where there are positive male role models around. I think that's important.
Do you? Who do you like look at as a figure of admiration, like in your life? That's a male figure. Like,
currently?
Just in general.
I'll let Chris go first.
Yeah, go ahead, Chris. Any like male
Chris
figure?
Chris said
father
the
figure,
mirror.
See, I'll be looking at my reflection. I'll be like, yo. I'll be like, damn, Zaddy.
I'm doing my best not to say that.
When that smirk came, I said, Chris at the mirror.
Yeah, it's just me.
Me, myself, and I.
Say it again.
Me.
Just you. So what about you is like if people
I
don't know
contain all the traits that I want to see in a mentor or role model. I mean, I'm just keeping it a buck like I do. Like resiliency, the ability to make it happen, dependable, responsible, on a road to constantly be better, family-oriented, community-oriented, big picture.
If you were like let's say you were in like a Big Brothers club and you had like a little kid that was looking up to you, what would be like the three things that you would say to him that could be impactful or important to his life that he should know or do?
I mean, words don't mean anything. The only thing that matters is action. So you can say everything you want to say, but you'd have to show. So what would I show? I would show self-work is really, especially for a man, it's got to be number one priority. You have to be prioritize growing and building yourself, which is why that's one of my things. That's like, and I show that. I'm not the same person I was a year ago, 2 years ago. You can see the progression. That alone will inspire people. You know what I mean? Because you're showing them that something can be accomplished through your actions. A lot of times people learn from just being able to see what you do. I think like patience is like extremely important for a man. Stoicism, like that is so important. So that means like you have a goal, maybe a financial goal, you want to make $1 million, Okay, cool. If you're in your early 20s, your goal may be to make $1 million by the time you're 26. That's a good goal. Nothing wrong with it. Maybe you hit that goal, maybe you don't. But just remember that if you do hit that goal and you make the $1 million, that don't mean you're going to keep it. You might lose it again or lose it. And that's a benefit. So having very clear, concise goals and really thinking about big picture is important. Maybe a better goal would be to learn how to maintain $1 million, or build a business or something that generates $1 million, and then of course that bleeds into women as well. You gotta be patient with women. You can't be running in, obviously getting a woman pregnant that you're not connected to in a level of marriage. It doesn't have to be marriage. I don't really think traditional marriage makes sense, but if you got to be connected in a level where you guys can actually co-parent and take care of the children properly. They live in a happy, healthy environment. So you want to be patient because you got to learn a lot as a man. And society makes it sound like in your 20s you're supposed to get married. And I don't think men should be valuing marriage like that in their 20s. They should be working on themselves, especially because like we as men we kind of are behind. In this generation or in several generations because we didn't have fathers. Or we didn't have fathers that taught us really what life skills, what we needed to know. So we're behind. So we're trying to figure stuff out. You know what I'm saying? And you need time. You need experience. You have to fail. I was having a conversation the other day. Like, I'm grateful for failing big before I ever, started a family, got married, anything of that nature. Like, you want to fail big before you get into that, and that because if you have a family, you have children, you got all this stuff going on, and then you fail big, the amount of pressure on you is immense. It's insane. And then don't let the icing on top be the woman don't support you or she doesn't.
Oh man,
you know what I'm saying?
That will break a home apart.
It
will destroy the foundation of a man. That's why you see a lot of broken men. She took everything.
I mean,
like you ever seen a man walking around with pants ain't got no pockets?
Wow.
A man ain't got no pockets. It's like, bro, you ain't got no pockets. Why do I need pockets? She took everything. So it's just like, yeah, man. That's why it's really important to, I guess, make smart decisions when it comes to the women that you choose to lay?
Running and gunning, right?
Are you still going?
You asked for 3, I did 2, so that's fine.
Oh, what was it? No. Let my bad, nigga, my bad.
I mean,
Let me finish 3.
Oh, go ahead.
You're running the show.
Nah, go ahead. Let me hear this 3. I mean, they need that application of knowledge, baby.
You made me forget my last point. Yeah, I mean the third thing is balance. Men should be very capable, so it's important to be capable as a man, and that should also kind of be a broad spectrum. Like you got to be able to change a tire, you got to be able to protect, you got to be able to make money, you got to be able to be, a rock and all that stuff.
I mean, is it just changing the tire? I mean, I can change the tire, but I can't do all the oil. I can take it to the mechanic.
I think he.
I
know what you're.
I can wash the windshield.
It's not. It's not just changing a tire. I think he's just saying in general.
Nah, I got you. Nah, just being a man.
Even if you can't change a tire, you have the ability to
understand how to change it.
Right.
You can figure it out.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you can figure it out. Like, okay, maybe you have a car. A lot of cars now aren't putting tires.
I know. That's
spares.
Bullshit.
Right? They just give you a pump with some Fix-A-Flat.
Oh, they do?
Some of them.
Wow.
You may have you got a spare?
I got a spare, but it's like a donut.
Oh, that's normal.
What?
You're not gonna have a full tire.
I usually get full tires, but they don't do that anymore.
Well, that's the German engineer. That's like the old school.
Yeah, they don't.
Or the
That's
Jeeps and stuff.
Well, most cars, for the last however many years, have give you a donut. Now, a lot of the newer cars in the last 7-8 years, you get a can of Fix-A-Flat.
That's crazy. That's ghetto as hell.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's ghetto.
So being able to figure it out,
yeah,
right? Whether it is okay, well, I have AAA, right, or something happened. Like you're not just getting like the last thing that you want to happen is if you're on the road and it's you and your family or you and your girl or whatever, and your tire pops, you're just like, oh my God, Susan, what are we gonna do? like your girl's gonna look at you and she's gonna be like, this little bitch.
Or this generation, the girl be like, I got it, baby.
That's bad.
That's
well, that's difficult because women don't have the hand strength of men. So most of these tires aren't being put on properly. It's gonna be a problem trying to get the tire off. Like
shit, they better off driving like Fred Flintstone. You feel me?
But one thing I just wanted to add when Chris was when he was speaking, I think that for young men. Because you brought up about, like a big brother type situation, which is something that I want to do. In addition to what Chris said, because I think that he hit on a lot of points and I want to try to add my own 3 on top of that. But in regards to women, because especially as men start getting older, right, hormones start changing, like we really start looking at women. And the biggest trap that you can fall into is chasing women, right? I think it's one of especially in your early 20s, if I could go back and there was one thing I could change, it would be stop chasing women. If there was one thing that I could change. Now, don't get me wrong. I love women just like every other man, right? But I'm saying like just knowing how my life went and everything that I did that was negative, I was doing or I got in trouble in the chase of women.
Of women.
Yeah. Everything that I was doing,
get lost in the sauce.
I mean, dude.
Hey, but that's real though, because
it is.
Women, they do. It's like, especially if you're a heterosexual man, it's just something. Like, I had a girl ask me, "What about a woman makes you like them?"
Everything.
And I was just like, I couldn't give like I was just like, I'm just attracted to them. I don't know what to say. I just like, I see the body of a woman and it does something to my heart. I mean, a good body, because I see a big body. I'm like, whoa.
I don't think
like, whoa, Kimosabi. Woo, woo. Yeah, but I'm sorry, I can't help it. But it's just something about a woman, even if it's a big body, and it's just something about a woman that makes me be like, hey, girl, what you doing over there?
Yeah.
And so, especially when you're younger. Like, because when you're younger, typically when you like a girl, you hit them. At least I did. I used to hit girls when I liked them.
I never hit one.
I didn't hit women.
Please explain that.
I was a kid.
No. Just explain it. What you mean?
Okay, there was this girl, and I didn't know how to express my feelings for her.
Yeah.
You know, I had like the biggest crush on her. And anytime I would get around, I get all nervous. And, you know, we'd be playing and I'd be a little rough with her. You feel me? I'm like, girl, I like you. You know, be my girlfriend. You know, I got some candy. You want some candy? You know? But yeah, I don't know why little boys do that.
It's because I think that we weren't really taught how to express ourselves.
Have you ever hit girls when you were younger?
I mean,
as
like,
a child?
okay, well, let me
Not like squaring
let
up
me
with
be
them.
clear because
Was I not clear?
No, you
I'm
weren't.
not square. I was a little kid and I hit a girl.
It's when you are a boy, you express your friendship with another boy in a physical way.
Yeah.
We wrestle, we play around with each other. You know what I mean? Like we jump on each other's back. Like boys tend to be rough.
Yeah.
And we do that because it's our way of expressing to other boys, this is my friend.
Yeah.
Right? I like you, I enjoy you. You know what I'm saying? We in general aren't really taught how to express that same emotion to girls. So we just go with what we know, which is now, ooh, I give you little love taps, or I pull your hair, da-da-da. And now, of course, in 2024, it's just like, oh, well, boys, you need to keep their hands to themselves, all this stuff. But it's just like, well, what is the core problem? Well, we're not being taught how to express that, which should be expressed verbally in that instance, like, hey, girl, you know what I mean? Do you want to hang out after school, or do you want to do homework together, right? Like, this is how you would express that, but we aren't taught that, so then we just do it the way that we know how, which is just physically.
Yeah, when I was in preschool, I knocked the girl's tooth out.
Wow. See,
When I was in preschool.
So my answer to your question is I've never done any of that.
When I was in preschool, because like I was
Dang,
like,
you
I was
knocked
like,
your
I
tooth
was
out?
like this.
Dang, hey!
I did that, and then
Pause.
and then she laughed, and I laughed, and then I did it again, and it was just like boom.
Dang!
And then she started crying, and I started crying. I was like, ah! This is back when I was living in English Woods.
See, this is why why did you do that? What did
don't
you
know.
what did
I
you
have-
see on
I have
what did you
no
see
idea.
at 3 a.m. on one of those fuzzy HBO sites that thought that would be a good idea to grab the back of that girl's head?
She laughed the first time, so I was like, "Ooh, let's keep laughing." And then I knocked her tooth out.
So you thought, oh, she laughed the first time, let me just do it harder now. She gonna think it's real funny.
Hey man, what the fuck? Who is that?
Are we gonna cut this out? I'll get the door.
It's a white van.
I'm assuming it's your boy. It's probably delivery that has to be signed for.
Yes. Oh.
Steven.
It's for Steven.
Getting special deliveries. I'm not surprised.
Hey, talk about daddy.
I'm not surprised.
Hey. Oh, we got the live. We got it live and in living color.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I might as well bring it on.
your mommy? Sure. You know what I mean? We might as
You
well,
was just,
right?
you was just talking about being appreciated.
We
and
just
getting
talking about
thank
being
you.
appreciated.
Dang.
You know what I mean?
Well,
Happy Father's Day. You feel me? You see that?
well,
What's these treats?
they're not for you.
You got fruits. We got grapes, strawberries, oranges.
Uh,
You know what I mean? You see? Real women out there holding it down for their man. out
Happy
there.
Father's Day. I wish you all the happiness and love in the world. Thank you for everything you've done. You're an amazing dad. We love you.
You know what I mean?
I know who this is from.
Who that is?
It doesn't say on the card, but I know who it's from. It's from my girlfriend.
You know what I mean? Already.
Dang, can you guys see that? I don't want this to fall out.
I mean, let me get some of them strawberries.
It's definitely sliding. Be careful.
It's sliding.
Nah, they're gonna go.
Some of them grapes though, cuz.
Nah, you're not getting none of this.
You know what I mean? That's nice.
People
Hey,
don't like sharing their chocolate covered strawberries.
Nah.
go ahead and put
Dang,
it-
this is nice.
That cost a pretty penny too.
Sure did.
Delivery on Sunday.
Sunday delivery on Father's
On
Day
Father's Day.
with the board.
You know what I mean?
Dang,
Hey,
man. See,
You know what I mean? Real life. I mean, y'all probably gonna see this on Wednesday, but,
I mean, but still,
but still, you know,
dang.
that's dope. That's hard. I want one. Hey, where mine at?
See, now that's what.
I think you gotta have children.
You
bro.
bargain,
got it,
right?
I got it,
Exactly.
I got it. All right, I got
See,
it.
that's what I'm.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? On that one, real
That's crazy.
What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Where are we at?
Listen, I don't know.
You were talking about abusing young girls.
Oh yeah,
No. We can move on from that.
Oh, okay. But yeah, when I was in preschool.
Can I say thank you?
Oh, my bad. All right, go ahead.
Now, see, that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about appreciation. I'm talking about gratitude. That makes me feel good.
You feel good?
Yeah.
You feel warm and cuddly?
Man, I'm all.
You feel like taking a trip? You know what I mean? Like,
I just came back from a trip.
Like taking another one, girl. I'm on my way.
Dang, man, like that really. See, that makes me feel good, man. That's the first Father's Day gift I've ever gotten.
In life.
Ever.
Damn.
Been a dad for
7
years.
Yeah, more than that, but yeah.
I'm kind of a, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know what?
You kind of what, a father?
Yeah, I'm about to say, because I've been called daddy.
You're stupid.
You know, man, you know.
That's awesome. Because we just came back from a trip. I flew out to Jersey and then drove down to Pennsylvania, then had a whole trip. We went to Urban Air and the kids jumped and we had a great time there. Of course, I'm a big kid, so I was, of course, jumping too. Y'all been to Urban Air before. We went up to for John's like birthday or something years ago.
Here. Yeah.
Okay.
Was it? It's not called the same thing.
I'm pretty sure it's the same thing.
Okay.
It's Urban Air. So we did that. Then, I had this hotel. It was like 1,000 square feet, had 2 bedrooms. You know what I mean? We ordered food. I took the kids to the pool. We went to the zoo the next day. Yeah. I mean, it was a great time, man. We drove back to Jersey. It was just, so.
Did the kids get along well together?
Very well. Very well. And, it's interesting because I learned a lot of valuable lessons from my father with blending families. And I saw that there were things that, were good. And then I saw a lot of mishaps, right? Just, things that, okay, I'm not going to do that. And, I talked to my girlfriend about it and, just different things. And I moved very slowly in regards to the kids and everything. But it was a great time. And I know that gift is not for that, right? But it's appreciation, for the things that I do. And
shout out to Steven. Yeah, shout out to the you see you. Shout out you for you. Shout out you, girl. You hold it down. Keep doing your thing. You little cheat code.
I keep calling her a cheat code.
Because she a cheat code.
It's the second time.
It ain't fair.
All right.
But what are you all right, did you want to talk about your three? Your three?
No, I just wanted to add the piece on for men, just not focusing on women early in their 20s.
Gotcha.
That's it.
Okay. Now, what is something, this is a question I want to ask you all, both of you. We'll start with Chris. What is something that you all loved or liked as a child that you no longer love or like as an adult? And I would say...
you go first.
It was Chris.
Yeah, I'm supposed to just come up with that.
This is what I'm saying. Like, Mel be asking these questions. It's like, can I think about...
Get some thought. Y'all can think.
Okay, that's why I said you go first.
What's something that you used to love?
You came up with the question and you didn't think about it?
Nah, man, I gotta keep it a buck. I gotta... something that you did, that you liked and loved as a child that you don't... I would say snow. For me, it would be snow. Because when I was a kid growing up in Ohio, man, we used to snow angels. We used to grab snowballs, have snowball fights and all that stuff. But now, as an adult, driving in that snow, going places, and especially now that we're living in Texas, how it just shuts everything down, it just makes things way more complicated than it needs to be. It makes my car all slushy and all that stuff. So I used to love snow. I used to look forward to it. Like, I can't wait for it to snow out here. And now I'm just like, bruh, I better not see no snow at all.
I think that's good.
Yeah.
I would okay. So I would agree with you on that in that same sentiment. No. I'm not going to copy you.
Okay.
Okay, let me preface. I would agree with you. And then I was trying to think of something like material wise, and nothing was just coming to my mind straight off the bat. But then you mentioned snow, and it made me think. I said, it's hot summer days.
Hot summer days?
Yeah, just like summer in general used to be my favorite season. And that's because we got out of school. We had time to hang out with all the boys.
Summer
you know what I mean?
vacation.
Summer vacation. And now as an adult, I don't get summer to me personally, my least favorite season. And
summer. Oh wow.
I mean,
Oh, is it because we're in Texas, right?
I mean, it's not even just Texas. I mean, even just in general, it's been my least favorite seasons for a while. And there's multiple reasons, right? Number one, having kids. Kids, of course, now summer's out, they want to do more stuff. Yeah. It costs me more money. Summer's the most expensive season for me. Even with Christmas in the winter, summer is still the most expensive season for me. It's hot. I used to go to the pool and we'll go to do it. Like, no. I don't care about all that. Yeah. Right. Spring is my favorite season. And because now I'm an adult, I can travel, right? If I want to go to a warmer area, I'll fly to Florida. I'll go to California. I can get in the water there if I really want to. Yeah. But spring for me is a good mix, as the season changes. And, you can wear different types of clothes. In summertime, you're pretty much stuck in summer clothes. But yes, I used to really love summers, and it's now something that I don't look forward to summertime. Yeah. Doesn't have the same allure. Costs me more money. The electric bill's higher. Right now, that's how you know I'm a dad. Like, man,
all these bills.
I'm turning lights off. I'm like, hey, man, y'all turn the fan on. Like, yo, listen. You in the car, you gotta turn the AC on. I like to ride with the windows down. Yeah, true that. But it's like in the summertime, I'm like, dang, man, I can't even. As soon as it hits 85, 90, I'm like, man, I can't even ride my windows down, man.
Leather seats,
bro. You get in, you just hot. Like, it's summer to me. Some people love summer. And Texas just makes it worse. Summer, I really dislike the season solely for those reasons. I mean, obviously, I love summer, right? Sun's out, I like the sun. But I don't like summer like I used to as a kid.
How about you, Chris? You had some time to ponder.
Cartoons, I guess.
Cartoons? Oh, okay, I like that. What about that you just can't get into it now?
I don't have respect for cartoons anymore, and then it's hard to say that they're deteriorating because our cartoons weren't that great either. When you go back as an adult and look at them,
you're just like, yo, wait a minute,
bro. They have so many innuendos and subs in there.
Yeah, cartoons has just been a tool of propaganda, and like when I learned stuff like that, it's like, bro, this is trash. It's hard to enjoy it at all. Obviously, there's those few and far between cartoons done by independent studios and stuff that don't have all that extra nonsense. But even with those types of studios that are doing that more independent stuff, they're being influenced by the big. So they're still doing it unknowingly. It's cartoons are trash, and I don't think cartoons were ever created to be what we think they were. I think they were always a Trojan horse, always.
It's another form of theater.
Yes, but I like that thought process because if you look at even propaganda from years and years ago, particularly I'm thinking about the early 1940s, or 1930s, right?
With the blackface and
World War One stuff, but all of that was created to originally give a message, but do so in a lighthearted way. Right, to get you thinking one way, but it was lighthearted because it's a cartoon, it's a character. So, but it legitimately is no. This is a real message. So, I think that probably what ended up happening is, and if we probably researched it, it was originally a propaganda tool that has now. I won't even say it's changed; it's evolved. But it's still a propaganda tool.
I guess I would say that it's gotten better as what it's designed to do.
I mean, you do have cartoons that are teaching. Legit.
No, I'm saying like it's the inception of it is for propaganda, and it's more covert now.
Oh.
Whereas before it was pretty obvious. Like if
Yeah.
you look at the old school cartoons, it's obvious that this is like a message. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because Mickey Mouse, like the gloves and stuff that he's wearing that came from another cartoon or some animation that had a very clear message, and they continued that in the cartoons with Disney and stuff. Those gloves and
Disney's
that black
horrible.
skin and all that stuff.
I always wondered why they wore gloves. I mean, it looks okay, but you don't necessarily.
You don't know the history of it.
Yeah.
It's not just random.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you research the history of it, you'll understand where it comes from. I don't remember the specifics of it. I just watched I don't know if it was a documentary or if it was like just a video someone made on YouTube about it. But yeah, what's her Betty Boop Bop?
Yeah, she was originally black, darker skin.
Yeah, like they, turning her into a cartoon. All of that has history behind it that we're not aware of.
And they changed Betty Boop to a white lady, but she
Yeah.
was based off a copper colored.
Yeah, because she got curves.
I mean, you know what I mean?
Back then, there wasn't no. I don't, there wasn't no. I'm sure there were curvy white women, but we weren't around to see it, right? And then that's also not what the media was portraying as beauty, so we didn't see it, right?
Yeah.
So it's so funny, like when you look at like now, and you'll hear people be like, "Oh, these white girls, they coming up, like what's in the water?" No, they've probably always been this way,
Yeah.
right? But it's just simply that now the standard of beauty is changing. Right, and then also the ability to the clothes have changed. So back years and years ago, everyone was wearing dresses. Right, you have like in the Victorian time, you had these women that would wear like the garters and stuff, which are basically waist trainers, but then they would also flare out. So then, like all of them had this big old round ball type dress around them.
They
You
would
can't
wear
see their
cages.
bodies, huh?
They will wear cages.
They're
It was
yeah.
like a bird cage.
That's basically but they have garters and stuff underneath. But but now you can see their body. So all of that has changed just based upon now what we're able to see in the media and how technology has changed. But I'm sure the white men have always been that way.
Yeah, but the cartoons, they aren't all. Maybe some, but what about like what's that, X-Men or Spider-Man?
You mean where the Jewish? Am I allowed to talk about Jewish people? I don't know if I'm allowed.
If not, we'll bleep it.
Where the
but-
Jewish guy took all of the superheroes or the heroes from different cultures and then adapted them in the comic book form and made it seem like it was their idea. You talking about that?
Hey man, you don't like X-Men?
I didn't say I didn't like it. I'm just trying to make sure we're on the same page. But no, what about it?
Well, I'm just saying because those are cartoons that we enjoy, and I know, like the X-Men series, the
X-Men 97.
yeah, X-Men 97 just recently released, and it's it's now not still, but now owned by Disney, and it was received well by people who consume it, and they're adults now.
Are you basically trying to say that not all cartoons are bad?
Well, no. Just not to say that all cartoons are bad, because there's some semblance of violence in there or something that's negative, but there's not. I don't think that those cartoons are intended to be.
Of course they are.
You think they're
Yeah,
intended
the
to?
X-Men promotes division.
Well, that's with anything.
What do you mean with anything?
In anything, there's always going to be some division.
Wait, you believe that in every aspect of life there is a promotion of division.
I won't say.
I don't agree with
I
that.
won't say every aspect of life, but I will say within our society, this society that we're living in, there's always division. Period. Always division.
Okay, and that's a bad thing, right?
It's bad, yeah.
Right. So then, yeah, these cartoons aren't good then.
But if it's reflecting of life, what would say it's bad? If it's just giving an example of what happens in life, it's just a metaphorical expression put in TV
No,
form.
that's not the way it works. The quote is TV mimics society, but that's not how it actually is. Society is mimicking TV.
But what if you never watch TV?
How do you program with your television if people aren't watching it? People watch television they get programmed and then they mimic what they see on TV. So this isn't natural. There's nothing about this that shouldn't be this way. What other animals or creatures do you see acting like this?
Or watching TV? Or like creating division?
Creating division, starting unnecessary wars, killing each other over land that nobody owns, stupid stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, all these cartoons are trash.
Oh, shit, nigga, you trying.
I mean, I don't know what you want me to tell you. Like,
I think that I loosely say this, but I think that there are some cartoons out there that do aim to do more good than harm.
okay.
Now, there may be some unintentional bias just based upon who creates the cartoon, but I mean, I've watched this. Like, you ever heard of the cartoon called Bluey?
Yes.
I never heard of it.
Which is Australian, by the way.
Right. I know. Well,
Hold on, is that like a kids thing?
Mm-hmm. They're dogs.
Okay.
Which, interestingly enough, they're all different colors, and the dad is not the same. The son is blue, but the mom is like orange. The dad is blue.
Let me see if I can. Is it?
I think
Is it
the
a
dad
cat?
is. I think the dad and the son look the same. And doesn't he have a sister?
Yeah, he has a sister too.
With a sister.
It's a
and
nuclear family, though.
Oh, okay, I've seen that.
Yeah, what's the? Okay, the dad. Okay, yeah, the dad and the son are the same color, and then the mom and
They
the
have
daughter.
a video game for it?
I didn't know that.
Blue.
I watched that cartoon, and I was watching it.
you,
like-
you eating popcorn like, yo, this is good.
We
He was in a group match like, yo, y'all need to check out this Blue.
we were in Ocean City last year, summer. Once again, spending money. But for whatever reason, just on our TV, they had a marathon on Nick Jr. or whatever, and our TV just stayed on that channel, and so it was on, and I'm just like, as it played in the background for days, I eventually started paying attention to it. I'm like, this cartoon ain't bad. Like, I started like watching it, and I'm like, what's the message
Did
here?
they teach you anything?
Yeah.
Did you learn something?
Did they teach Steven something?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
That doesn't mean that it doesn't teach things.
Oh, no.
They
I
didn't teach
understand.
me anything new.
Oh. But you were just enjoying it because like, oh,
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? I
Yo,
was
this shit
watching it
popping.
like, well, I'm always mindful now of kids' cartoons because I'm like, what are you teaching?
yeah, because they always have some underlying message.
There's always something. And I just was like, you know what? I like Bluey. Now, that doesn't mean I paid attention to it with the most intent, like, I understood everything they were doing, but watching it, it seemed as though the parents were teaching good lessons. The father was very involved, right? I liked it. I'm just like, I'm okay with this one.
Get you a Bluey shirt, man. I got you.
No, I didn't say all that, but yeah, man.
Ain't this your favorite color?
It is. I listen, if I had a Bluey 12-inch little pillow,
Like a stuffed little doll or
I
something?
would sit them on my desk or something. Like, I don't know, man.
I got a pig in my room. Jonathan, he got me a
Baby pig, right? A baby
It's
pig?
not a baby pig, but it's just
Pygmy.
like
Is it called pygmies? Pygmy.
I don't know. I think they're
Nah,
called
it's-
baby
It's
pigs.
just a pig. I mean, teacups. Teacup.
Oh,
Teacups.
teacup pigs. Okay.
Oh man, if y'all ever look at a picture of a teacup pig, man, it is like if you're ever in a bad mood, or if you just, at least for me, when I'm in a bad mood, I'm trying to get a boost up. But man, you know,
I think of bacon.
oh, when you look at baby pigs,
Just pigs.
you think of bacon. I don't.
Slice some things open.
I do. I think of ham.
Y'all see,
I don't-
y'all are corrupted.
I don't think
Y'all are
think
corrupted.
there's anything wrong with that. Like, I was taught that they were food. Like, what other that's how we were raised. Like,
Why
was
why
taught
would I
that
not think that they were food?
So I'm looking at them like bacon and pancakes and eggs. Breakfast, man.
He's like, that's breakfast. I'm looking at breakfast.
Just me, I don't look at pigs and say, ooh, this will be a nice pet. Like, no, I look at a pig and I see bacon.
I don't see a pet. I just see it as an adorable creature.
I'm not- and I'm
same
not-
thing with baby ducks. You ever seen a baby duck?
Yeah, and they are adorable. I'm not saying they're not.
And the way they
But
be
that's
walking?
different because we don't really eat duck like that here.
I mean,
You know what I'm saying? We go to the French restaurant, they got duck. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, wow,
yeah,
duck?
was it Peking duck?
Duck sauce. But duck sauce ain't
That
even
ain't no
duck.
duck. They just call it that.
I always thought there was some duck in there. I was like, I'm not fucking. I'm not messing with that
It's
duck
just
sauce.
for you put on a duck.
I don't even think it's for that. I think it's just
Have y'all ever ate duck?
I think I've had the opportunity, but I never had it.
You ever had duck?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Because when I went to, maybe a couple years ago, it was my first time going to New Orleans, they sold alligator. And like you go to a lot of restaurants around there, they would have alligator.
I could see that.
Or I was just like, oh, snap. I said, I've never even thought about eating alligator. And granted, I would never do it now. But if I
Were you eating meat then?
No, this was 3 years ago.
Oh, okay.
And so prior to me becoming, a non-flesh eater,
Non-flesh eater.
I would have tried it, because most people say, things just typically taste like chicken, but
I would have tried it.
alligator is different. It's different.
Probably texture.
Yeah, I imagine it's a little bit more tougher or something like that.
I would imagine have a much gamier flavor because
Gamier?
just more. Gamey means
Slimy?
no. You can taste the meat more. Like it tastes like they were in the woods, or they taste like
Tastes like wildlife.
yeah, they taste like wildlife. Like
okay.
if you we had muskrat. I don't know, Chris, if you remember this. We had muskrat
Muskrat.
one time.
Is that why you rat smoker?
Not at all.
Oh, okay. I'm just trying to piece together.
It was in this was in church, and it was like after our second service or something in between, someone brought muskrat. And
I don't even know what that is.
It's an animal.
Rodent.
Basically, like almost like rabbit, but not really. And I remember taking a bite of it, and I'm just like, "What is this?" But it's gamey.
I don't know what that means, but
You bite into something. Let's say you bit into a piece of a vegetable, and it tastes like grass, but it wasn't grass.
Yeah.
You're like, man, this has a grassy flavor to it. Like if you were gonna have barley juice. Or barley.
Okay, what about beets where they taste dirt?
Yeah, that's the equivalent. They're gonna have but they taste like dirt, like because they were in the dirt. Even though you wash them and clean them,
That's not what it is, though.
it's not what it is. I can't explain it. It's like, how do you explain what gamey means?
You can't, because I don't know how to explain it because I've never had it.
Yeah,
But I understand the concept.
It tastes.
it tastes like where it come from. It tastes like what it is.
It tastes like it's been living in the damn woods.
It doesn't. It's not processed. That's all. It's not processed.
Yeah, it doesn't have the salts and all this stuff. Like if you were to bite into a chicken in the farm, it would taste gamey.
Yeah.
So their meat in general is same thing with like
Eggs.
well that's not what I was thinking of, but like bison or certain lamb, things like that. Like maybe you don't eat all the time and they're fresh. They're if you had fresh lamb in India versus lamb here, or lamb chops, they're gonna taste different. Like it's the freshness actually, but what you're tasting. But it's when someone says it's gamey, you may taste more blood or more iron in it. Does that?
I got you.
Okay.
I mean,
I know that you don't understand, but I'm.
yeah. I mean, shout out to my vegans or vegan lifestyle livers out there. You know what I mean? All my,
This is stuff that.
shout out to the flesh eaters.
This is
You know what I mean?
I've been
Flesh
had.
eaters out there. If you ever want to stop eating flesh, you know what I mean? Check out AHA. We got all the protocols and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Did y'all see where they have is like, I guess speaking about food, where people are now going into Chipotle and they're recording the people making their food. And when they make the food, now they're giving them more bigger portions versus when they don't record them. So they would
That's because of everything that's going on.
they had someone not record them, like, making their meal, and then they compared it to them to when they did record them, and it was a substantial amount of difference of the amount of food that they have put on the burrito. I'm just like, yo. So now people like, yo, if you ever want to get more food, you want to get more, make sure you record when you go on to Chipotle. And Cats is going crazy on it. I'm gonna show y'all this video that they had of them doing it in Chipotle. I'm just like, yo, these cats be going in.
Yeah, it's Chipotle's been under fire, and I think that it's a trend right now.
Here's one. Hold on.
Yeah, so first, pinto beans with that.
Pinto beans, any protein for you?
We'll do chicken, please.
Chicken, any queso for you?
We need some more chicken in that.
Chicken?
Finna fire on your ass. Put that chicken in there.
Wow. He just gave him he gave him double meat.
Some green veggies. Yeah, a little bit more, a little bit more. A little bit more.
Well, it's easy when you just.
Oh, they gonna have to hold me accountable. That'll be all. And if you got problems, I'll fire your ass off.
What the?
Hold me accountable. You gonna have to hold me accountable. That ain't no
What?
issue.
What is that even?
What are you talking about?
You can get it. Straight up.
Oh, he wild. I didn't watch all this part.
Police. I ain't break no law. Wait, what? Why you lying like police? I'll get a ball.
Oh, yeah, I didn't.
What
watch
did you just make us
I
watch?
didn't watch all that. I didn't know he was gonna be wild like
I'm
that.
about to say that's not even what you're saying.
But this one is
because he asked them to give him more food.
I mean, but it does show what you're.
But this one is the more.
Wow, that's an.
The whole bowl is rice.
I've
Just-
never seen that much. That's double meat.
That's what I'm talking about. Think about it.
Oh, that's a lot.
Brother, can I have cheese?
That's so much you can't even get it in the thing.
Look at
He
that.
gave a whole scoop. Jeez.
So gas. How many calories I'm eating? Huh?
You don't know. I mean, here's Chipotle. I watched a video on one of the. There was a CEO, I think, because he was on the interview because of this. It's going viral, and he was just. And the guy, the interview asked him, he was like, "Has Chipotle intentionally made their bowls smaller because people are saying that the bowls are smaller, and this is how they're getting over that, right?" And there's been multiple different Chipotle hacks, like have them put the rice in first and then say, "Oh, can I have brown rice also?" Right? Because normally what they would do is you would say, "Oh, I want half and half," and they give you a little bit less. So there's different hacks, but the CEO basically said, like, no, Chipotle was founded on large portions. You know, that's what we want to do: give you big bowls, big burritos, and originally that's what it was. They were huge. And Chipotle has changed, and their price has gotten tremendously high as well.
If you DoorDash Chipotle, that's where they really get you. I noticed that years ago. I DoorDash Chipotle, and I'm like, what is this?
Yeah,
The bowl was
nothing.
Nothing.
And they don't give you very much at all, right? Because it's like you can't say, "Well, can I get a little more?"
Right.
Because if you ask for more veggies, they're not gonna have a problem with it. Really, where they have the problem is you start asking for more guacamole, more meat. And sour cream. They really get a little, butthurt about that.
I mean, they get butthurt on a rice. Well, not if you ask for more, but if you don't say anything, they're not going to give you a good portion of rice and beans either.
No, but if you ask for more rice and beans, they're usually okay with that. You start asking for more meat, they're going to be like, I can't give me no more meat, right? But I don't order meat anyway. But yeah, so he was like, no, we haven't changed anything. There's been nothing official that said give people more if they come in recording or give them less portions. We haven't changed anything. But somewhere things have changed because it's not what it used to be.
We all know it. Well, I could tell you that years ago they stopped serving that antibiotic-free chicken. Mm-hmm. Whatever their standard was for chicken went out the window because they couldn't keep up with the demand. And so that changed. But you would think it'd be cheaper because they're getting the BS chicken now. But it's like, no, it's not.
No, people don't change their prices, even if their cost goes down.
Right. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you would think you'd get more. You would think they'd be less stringent. It's cheaper chicken. Like we could,
Nope. And
Chipotle is like the only restaurant that's, I guess, would that be considered a fast food restaurant?
it is.
Yeah.
That's like the only restaurant that I'll go to when I'm just like, I don't feel like cooking, and it's quick, and I'll get that.
You get the sofritos.
Sofritas. Get that sofritas.
Yeah.
And like, cause I got some Chipotle, I want to say maybe a month ago. Mm-hmm. And I went to the one that's right down the street. Mm-hmm. And there's this girl in there. Mm-hmm. And I don't know where her attitude was.
Oh, damn. I thought it was going to be good.
No. It's not good. It's not good at all. And because I used to work in fast food restaurants, so I'm patient and I'm understanding, and I'll be like, okay, cool. But her attitude, just in general, like, because I'm typically, like, when I'm in line and I speak to whoever's making a burrito, they immediately say, what can I get for you? Me, I'll be like, hey, how are you?
They don't say, welcome to Chipotle. What can I get for you?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not, especially if they're busy.
Yeah, okay.
You know, they don't be like, yo,
right.
welcome to Chipotle. They just be like, yo, what can I get for you? I make sure to greet them, tell them hi, and tell them thank you. I'm naturally like
You're
that
old
anyway.
school, Mel. You've been out the game for a long time.
I just like to treat people like people versus workers, you know, because I understand what it's like to be under that pressure of getting all this fucking food. And so let me get a sofritas, light beans, brown rice, and, you know, a little bit fajitas, a little bit light black on the black beans. Don't get too many. Then let me just get a little pico and lettuce. That's it. And then I'll get medium on the side, which is a little spicy topping. And grab me some of them chips. You know what I mean?
God, how many things you need? Golly, I'm getting tired of this listening.
That's easy.
So, a little this, extra that, this on the side.
has a very specific order.
Like, I'm going to keep it a buck. That is a very specific order.
Everybody's order is specific.
Mel, you're doing a lot in the order.
No, I'm not.
Mel,
Only
I have never
I'm
got
saying-
anything on the side.
I think it's the quantity. It's
It's
a little this, a little that. Like, what does a little mean?
Specific.
Let me get a burrito. Brown rice.
Yeah, but you said a little.
A little amount of black beans, or people say light black beans, but I
Okay,
say
so that is an augment that most
because no, they like to just sometimes
Sure.
sometimes they'll be heavy with the rice and then heavy with the beans. But when I be like, let me get some sofritas, they be like, just sprinkles it on there. So I tell them, like, give me a little bit more rice than anything, less beans, and then a little sofritas. Fine, that's easy. Move on to the or a little fajita, then move on to the next section. All I get is pico and lettuce, and grab some medium, put that on the side. That's not a lot.
It's the augmentation of what you're getting. I'm not saying that it's crazy.
I'm just messing with you, but I'm just saying it's the technicality that comes with it. Because I'll be like, okay, same order, right? Beans, rice, tomato, lettuce, guacamole.
I can't get guac.
Sour cream. Oh, did I say tomato? Tomato. It's easier. It's like beans, light beans, rice, extra rice, just a little bit of tomato. I need medium on the side. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
I got you. I mean, I'm
just trying to help her out. Go ahead, tell the story.
I like to get exact,
because
but-
clearly she's gonna get upset.
But she wasn't even making the burrito. She was the one at the end who's going to charge you for the stuff.
okay.
You know, and she charged me. It came up to like $12.50 or something like that. I'm just like, I've never paid this amount for this, because like when I get the medium
For the bowl.
well, no, just for the side, because I don't get the bowl, I get the burrito.
Oh, okay.
But for the side of medium,
It comes with it. It's,
I
you
was
can
like-
get it on the
Yeah,
it on the
it comes with
burrito.
it.
which is fine. But all I asked is, can you give me some medium? She got me the medium, and I was just like, can you put some more in here? Because it was like halfway full. And she was like, oh, no, we're not allowed to do that. I'm just like, what do you mean not allowed to do this? I was just like, you can't just give me half? And then I was like, okay, then just give me another thing on the side then. And then they charged that. I was like, okay, cool. Instead of going back, got that receipt, plugged that bad boy in, went online, and left a review. You know what I mean?
Mel's one of those.
Y'all, I don't care. I left a review, had her name on it.
It's just meat. It's just a little meat.
It's just a little medium.
So they went-
and a little freaking
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me make sure I understand. So you didn't get it on the burrito, right?
no burrito.
You got it on the side, which you naturally can get.
Yeah.
When she gave it to you, you said, well, that's not enough. Can I have a little more?
Yeah, it wasn't even halfway full. It wasn't at the
She gave you a sprinkle.
She just gave me a little bit, and a lot of it was a little liquid. And I'm just like, can you put some more in there? And she was just like, no, we're not allowed to fill it up.
So then you asked, so she gave you another one.
Another one,
And then, but
yep.
she charged you for that one.
Yeah.
Did she fill it up?
No, it was the exact same amount as the other one.
How you-
And I'm just like, you might as well just put it all in one. Like, to me, this doesn't make sense. Like, stop being a fucking NPC.
Like this, you don't, this isn't coming out of your paycheck. It's medium. It's sauce.
Bro, It's literally like just a spoon. Just put a little bit more in there. Like, no, I can't do that. Like, no.
I would have told him, unwrap my burrito, put some medium on there.
Well, I don't put it on my burrito.
I know, but
I mainly just use it for the chips.
Oh, you don't use it for the burrito.
Yeah, I don't.
So you're trying to get a free salsa. See, now I understand. Now I understand.
Yeah,
You
but
trying to hack the game
No,
now.
but that sauce is not. It's not dippable. It's just a little. It's like.
No, it's not.
It's not like
dippable.
it, no, it feels.
But he's
pico.
trying to make it dippable.
If it was pico,
He's trying to get enough
I
so it
could
can
see
be
how you
dippable.
were trying to do that. If you were trying to do that, I'm not saying that's what you were trying to do.
Because
But
they have salsa, right? Can't you order salsa?
it's only queso
Really?
or pico.
Yeah, I do. I don't. I mean, I just.
They don't
get the
have like.
medium.
It's not like.
That's not salsa. I'm asking.
Salsa's the red stuff. I don't use the red.
I
stuff,
don't
which is a
know,
little bit more spicy.
but that is usually going on the burrito.
Yeah.
It's the red
No,
sauce
they
or the
gotta
green
have
sauce.
something for the chips. Some
It's
type of salsa.
queso or
It's-
pico.
and medium.
Why do you keep saying pico? That's
Medium
not
is
for
the
chips.
red sauce.
You can't dip chips in pico.
Isn't it?
No, medium isn't red. Medium is like.
Is that the green?
It's like greenish.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. That's salsa, like salsa verde. Or
Something like. Yeah.
what I'm saying is, the red sauce and the green sauce are designed or created to be put on the burrito. They're sauces.
Correct.
For chips, the design is supposed to either be queso or pico.
I think guac. And I don't think
or guac.
I don't
Which-
think pico is designed for chips.
I don't think
you
pico
just made
is.
that.
You-
You could, but pico.
Who- I'm sorry. People consistently use pico for dipping. What do you use pico for?
To put on.
Pico is also a dip.
Pico is not a dip.
I won't say.
It's
I don't
literally
know.
diced.
I don't
It's
know.
literally
Just
You
diced
don't use
tomatoes
pico de gallo for chips?
in conjunction with salsa, yes. But by itself, in the place of salsa, no.
Pico is very commonly used to dip chips in.
How do you dip it?
Or-
if I take my chip and I dip it in pico,
You
nothing,
scoop it.
Nothing comes off.
You scoop
But if I
it.
take my chip and I dip it in salsa, something comes up with it.
You scoop. They don't have salsa. They don't have salsa.
Okay.
They have pico.
I
But
think
you-
guac and queso would be the dippable sauces then.
But ever since I reported her,
That was a
Yeah,
Karen.
you reported her.
You're a Karen, bro.
because I don't care. Usually I'll be like this, and I'm very patient. I went in there multiple times. She had an attitude. Like sometimes I understand, like, okay, I can't do this. Maybe my manager's watching me.
Get her manager.
You know.
I just literally just looked up pico de gallo. Literally just typed in pico de gallo, and literally it has pictures with chips.
Literally.
Okay.
They go hand in hand.
I've literally, and when I say literally, I'm gonna say 3 times. I've literally never eaten chips with just pico de gallo, nor have I ever seen anybody do that, nor have I gone to a restaurant where that was the case.
I don't know what you're. I don't know.
I mean,
where
we
you're
can
going.
literally, and I'll say
All I
literally
did was look
again.
up.
Literally.
All I did was look up pico,
We-
and the first thing that came up was
We
chips
can
and
go
dip.
to a traditional Mexican
never been-
restaurant.
Wha-
No, we can do this. We could go to the restaurant. We could just see what they give us. It's going to be salsa every time.
Chris.
Yeah, it's typically either
It's going to be salsa every time.
Salsa is a more common thing for a
Well,
restaurant.
what are we talking about?
I'm telling you that pico de gallo is typically paired with chips.
When? If the restaurants are typically using salsa,
They're using
when is it being paired?
Because they're giving you salsa, they're not giving you pico.
I'm asking you, when you're saying typically paired, when?
When you use pico, you typically pair it with chips.
Where are they doing this?
Chris.
Magical thing.
Chris, I everywhere.
How can you prove it?
How else would how
asking
else,
you.
How do you typically see pico used?
I just told you. It can go on a salad. It could go in a
Who
burrito.
puts pico on a salad?
I do.
Okay,
It's bomb. Have you ever done it?
Listen, you
well,
can-
you've ate it because you've ate my salad, so.
That's not typically how pico. I'm not.
Oh, yeah.
You can use
Oh.
you can use salsa with chips. That's very common.
I'm just, what I'm
That's
asking
very
you,
common.
what I'm
but
asking.
also when you look at pico,
very common. No, that's the standard.
Okay,
You
and
can't
when
say you've been into a restaurant and they brought you pico with the chips. You can't say you've been into a Mexican restaurant where they've done that.
I did not say that. No, it's usually chips and salsa.
So I'm asking you, where is this the standard?
when you use pico.
Jesus Christ.
What? No, you're talking about when you go and you get chips and salsa. They're not bringing you pico. They're bringing you salsa. Correct. So pico salsa is much easier to make. It's cheaper. It's literally, you can almost literally blend it up pico. That's what salsa is.
How would it be cheaper or easier?
Because salsa can come in a container. It's not fresh.
You said
it can come in a jar. And they just pour it out, heat it up, and it's chips and salsa. So in a restaurant, it's much easier to do that than to make fresh pico.
But they serve pico though. Like if you go to go to Fuzzy Taco, they're going to give you. You can put pico on your whatever burrito,
correct?
Which for whatever reason you think is crazy, even though that's the standard. That's how pico's used.
I don't. It
goes on a taco.
I don't think that that's incorrect, but typically with a taco, when people have taco night, they don't always necessarily make pico.
Well,
they would just
that's because of everything you just said. But when you go to the restaurant, which would be the standard, because what people do in their homes is like it could be anything. I think that the restaurant
would be what's cheaper or more efficient.
The restaurant is going to give you the standard. What people do in their homes is going to be too hard to
If you go to a restaurant and you order pico, you order just pico de gallo, they're either going to bring it to you on the side as pico for you to use on your food, right? Or they're going to bring it with chips.
If you go to a restaurant and you order pico, it's going to come in that same container that Mel was talking about. It's not even going to be a container that's big enough to be dippable.
So
that just kills your argument.
It doesn't kill my argument. What I'm saying
is, what are you going to do with that little tiny thing and you got all these chips?
Chris, what I'm saying is that it is very common
you're
to
wild,
use
bro.
pico de gallo as a
wild.
dip.
I understand that you're saying that in certain cultures it is normal to use pico de gallo as a dip. I get that. I'm not disputing that. But to state that it's the standard,
I didn't say it was a standard. You said it was a standard.
No, I did not.
Yes, you said
salsa was a standard.
Okay, that's great. You're comparing. I never said it was a standard. You saying that salsa is a standard. I never said anything was standard.
Steven,
I said it's very common to
what
get
does
pico.
that mean when something's very common?
It means it's common. If you get pico de gallo, you probably are getting chips with it.
Not the rapper.
Bro, this is a lie. We can literally go to what restaurant do you want to go to?
Why do we keep going to a restaurant?
You just said that. When you order pico, you get chips. Where are you ordering it from? Where are you ordering it from? Your Mexican grandma's house?
Order from anywhere.
What they call what your tia?
Yeah, that's your aunt. That's your aunt.
Oh, okay. What's the grandma?
I don't know.
Super tia.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you
this.
I've
had pico by itself.
Let me ask you this. You have the option to get chips and pico or chips and salsa. Which one do you choose?
I'm
asking you personally.
Preference?
I'm asking you personally.
I'm getting salsa.
I would get salsa.
Why would you get pico?
Because I'm not a huge fan of pico.
If pico is a standard, and this is a normal thing to do, do you know how to make pico?
Yeah.
What do you season it with?
Salt.
No, you don't.
Lime. What are you talking about?
You don't season pico with salt.
Pico?
Yes.
I mean, I would season.
You're saying you.
Salt would always go in. Why wouldn't
you taste salt in your pico?
You hold on. First of all, I don't know what you're. I'm
asking you how is.
I didn't even get a chance to finish my damn answer.
Salt. I said
I'm creating. How?
Because
salt, some sort of acid. Probably a little bit of onion and garlic, because that's what I would normally do.
Garlic and pico?
You mean cilantro?
Bro, what are you talking about? They don't put garlic in pico.
Not Mexican.
You said, Steven,
Mexican.
if you were making pico, what would you put in your pico?
Okay.
That's Italian, ain't it?
Isn't that what you asked me?
Ain't garlic.
Isn't that what you asked me?
Correct. And the reason I asked you
Mexican?
for this reason. Because this is not pico. What you're making is not pico.
Because of my seasoning?
Yes.
But if I'm still using cilantro and I'm still using lime and I'm using onion and I'm using tomato, I don't understand how.
That's pico. I can add bananas. I can add blueberries.
Adding a little bit of salt does not. It wakes up flavor in anything.
Look. Pico, this is the reason I'm asking. Pico is not, you're not going to add salt. You're not going to add garlic, all this other stuff. So what I'm saying is it's going to be a very boring chip. You're going to have a chip. The chip doesn't have salt on it because you're not going to put salt on the chip and on the pico and on everything. It depends on the spot, but a lot of places aren't going to put the salt on both. If you go to like Fuzzy has like a powder. They're like fuzzy powder. Mm-hmm. That's kind of like their chip, but their regular chip has nothing on it.
Listen. I know that pico is a very versatile dish, and pico is very commonly used as a dip. For you to go in and pull your chip out
Less
and
commonly
eat the pico.
used as a dip. Okay.
It is.
Okay.
It is commonly used.
Is
Or it's eaten alone or in conjunction
Okay.
with other foods.
okay? Is mayonnaise?
It's not uncommon to dip a chip in pico.
Hold on. Yes, it is.
No, it is not.
Is mayonnaise?
Wait a second. I'll let you answer your question. You're telling me that it is uncommon. It is weird. If you saw a bowl of pico and someone came up and took out some pico out of the bowl and had a bowl of chips with it and they were eating their pico with chips, you would look at them and say, that's weird.
No, I would say that's less common.
Then what you're
salsa.
saying, yeah, I'm not just, I don't know where you got salsa. You brought up salsa.
Okay.
I did not bring up salsa.
So there's no comparison here.
I told you.
We're just talking about.
I told you that
so
I
there's no
would use
comparison.
salsa because it's easier.
So there's no comparison between pico and salsa. We're just saying
They're two different
We're just saying that
things.
people commonly use.
pico is a very commonly used food that people use to scoop their chips out and eat.
I'm asking you, where are you getting this from? Because anytime
Have you ever been to a cookout?
Anytime I've ever gone to a restaurant, it's always chips and salsa.
When people buy a thing of pico, right, and it's in a container and it's a barbecue, what do they do with that? Do they use it do people come in and just scoop out a little bit and just randomly put it?
I've never seen that. This is what I'm trying to tell you. I've never seen someone buy a $7 carton of pico because that's what it would cost to have something big enough to be dippable for chips. It's expensive. That's extremely expensive.
It's a common thing. Well, I don't understand.
I don't care anymore. Mel, what's the next question?
Steven, I personally have been around many Mexicans. One of my closest friends is a Mexican.
He's dated Mexican.
Is pico a Mexican food, first of all? Is that?
That's what
because
it
you're
said,
talking
man.
about Mexicans. I don't know. I didn't see it.
It said.
Is it Mexican descent?
Pico de gallo, Steven. What language would you think
Is
that
it Mexican?
I'm just asking what language you think.
No. First of all, don't try to play me.
I'm not trying. I'm asking.
I'm not saying he's wrong. I was asking a question. Chris, don't try to play me. I'm not stupid. Okay, it's commonly used in Mexican cuisine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Ask what? For what? Does it tell you for what?
Oh, interesting. Traditionally from chopped onion, tomato, serrano peppers with salt, lime, and cilantro. Salt.
Where you get the garlic from?
Salt.
Though? You added garlic.
Yeah.
Oh no! You said the first time I said salt, you already knew I would. Shut your ass up.
Well,
you said as soon as you said salt.
Well, when you purchase it in the store.
Now look at him back.
I'm not backpedaling.
Yeah, look at him backpedaling.
When
you
you-
backpedaling like a mother right now.
When you purchase it in the store, does it come with salt on it?
I don't know. I just know what it said traditionally. I asked Mel this is Mexican. You said, Chris, Steven, what pico de gallo, what language is that? But now you want to use that. But when it says it's traditionally made with salt, you try to, nah.
Well, what would happen if you put the salt in the container? How are people buying it?
It would get liquidy.
It would get liquidy.
And it is liquidy. In the bottom of a pico de gallo, there's a lot of liquid.
Traditionally, it's going to be served. It's going to be served fresh.
With salt. Yeah, with salt.
Okay.
What's the point you're making?
All right, fine. The salt. Okay. Where's the garlic?
Where's the garlic?
That's just you said Steven.
And what is it traditionally used for?
Cuisine.
What's that? It's a cuisine.
Cuisine. Well, I mean, yes, cuisine. That's not specific, but it's not chips. That's
Why
for
would
sure.
they show pictures of it?
Bro, branding. What do you mean? It looks good together. You could put it on rice. That's probably one of the most common ways because you're gonna put it on your burrito. That's gonna have rice, beans. So you could actually do pico with rice.
Got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes.
You're having a hard time finding it for it to
There's
be so
no
common.
information.
It's
It's just
so
recipes.
common to be used for dip.
It's just recipes.
And are any of those dipped and chip recipes?
I mean, a lot of them are dipped. I mean,
Is
there's
any
a
of
video
them-
right here, and the first thing he showed was him dipping it into a chip, but that was the end.
I like how
but they're all just showing recipes.
I like how we got passionate about pico de gallo.
It's not about the pico.
It's not about the pico. It's about
not
being
about-
right.
What I'm
about
saying
to be right.
is that if you scroll these pictures, 90% of them are showing pico with chips. Why
Because-
would that be?
Well, because artistically, do you want to highlight? Oh, what? So you know what? Whatever.
I don't see any chips.
I mean, there's chips right there.
Oh,
There's
around
chips
there.
right there. What? I'm sorry. What?
I mean, I'm just looking at no chips there, no chips there, no chips there. There's only chips in that one.
That's like
Mel, are you serious? Do you not see chips there?
Your fingers in a way. I think.
Look at the whole left side of that picture.
Oh, I didn't see the out. Yeah. Okay.
how would you
Probably
display pico, Steven? You gonna display it on rice?
What,
are you gonna display it in a cuisine? How are you gonna display pico?
You could display it by itself.
Why would you just display it by itself?
It's a great dish alone. There's a
There's
lot
a lot of-
this is displayed by itself.
Bro, there are a lot
The bowl
of
of
food.
pico.
There's a lot of foods where you display it with other things. That's just
you typically would display it with things that would complement it
compliment it in what way?
and complement it.
So do you think it makes more? Because there's
If you
lots of ways.
if you had
there's
no
lots of
idea
ways
if
to
you had
display
no
pico,
idea
right?
what pico de gallo is,
I'm
you
not
are
doing
a
this
fucking
with you.
alien.
I'm not doing this
And then
with you.
someone said, "Hey, alien, Martian, you want some pico de gallo?" And the alien says, "What's pico de gallo?" And he does his little alien do 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 do. He pulls up pictures of pico de gallo, and the first 5 pictures are pico de gallo with a side of chips. He's going to assume, oh, this would be a great compliment. I'm going to eat pico de gallo, and I also need chips.
How do you get your burritos at Chipotle?
Almost literally the same way as you. I mean, same ingredients, but I don't have light beans. I get more beans.
I get lettuce on it.
I get lettuce on mine too, but I also get pico on mine too, but very light
Why?
because the tomatoes and stuff.
Yeah,
You
be
don't
wet.
like the tomatoes?
No, you get there's tomatoes on it.
Right. So you don't like the tomatoes?
I do like it.
Well, why do you get so little?
The moisture.
Yeah, get all wet.
You don't like it. You don't like your burrito wet?
No, dude, and bro, it's like they can't consistently make the burrito
No.
perfect.
No.
Not, and you know what the funny thing is, the Chipotle down there in Arlington, the one that's like close to where Whole Foods is, they make it perfect. Like it's tight. They know how to wrap the burrito, and but they be ghetto as hell, man. Be like, damn, y'all customer service is bad.
According to the internet, pico de gallo is technically salsa. Just FYI.
My salsa.
Just saying.
Hey man, all right, fuck this pico. Enough.
It's not. Mel. It was never about the pico.
Even Steven.
Chris Mel said enough.
No, you had to keep going. I left it alone.
I'm done.
This is why I was going to say talk about mayonnaise. Is mayonnaise more commonly used as a condiment for a sandwich or as a salad dressing, Steven?
Is mayonnaise more commonly used as a sandwich or for salad dressing?
As a condiment or
It would be more used for a sandwich.
okay, even though it's a salad dressing.
Yeah.
Even though it's a salad dressing, it is more commonly
I mean, it is it's very commonly used in dressings, though. You look at most dressings, there's probably mayonnaise in it.
or as a dressing, because you're not going to
no
lawyer me.
No one would use.
You're not going to lawyer
No
me
one
today,
would use mayonnaise as a dressing
Steven. Thank
alone
you.
to their salad.
So what that little tidbit that you
I don't
just
know why
added,
I don't know why they call it
was
salad
literally
dressing.
because that's what it is.
Unless it's potato salad.
because that's what it is.
Salad.
That's what it is. But how we use it is different. So I understand you want to take a little jab. I'm not nullifying it. Just leave it alone, man.
Okay, I guess the last thing that we could talk about is Chris's plum that just blossomed, right? You had a
Blossom isn't the right word.
I guess it's
but-
not the right word. Whatever. I mean, he had what would it be called? It grew.
Mature as fruit. It's ripened. I mean, there's lots of
ripened?
words we could use for the fruit.
You better have a. Where are we going with this?
I'm just saying.
I think he just wants. It's one of the "Hey, how was your week going?" type things.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to know. a little bit
Okay,
more about
briefly, I'm excited to plant the tree. I planted it 4 years ago. It was already it was like maybe like 4 feet tall when I bought it. So I don't know how old it was when I bought it, but it took 4 years to fruit after I planted it. I got 4 fruits. I might have got 5, but one of the baby fruits fell off. So I got 4 fruits on this tree that's like 20 feet tall. And
Wow.
the bird took one of them.
Maybe on a swindle.
Yeah.
They don't care about
They
nothing.
don't care about anything.
They
don't care.
About nothing.
They don't
Yo,
care.
there's food. They just fly like, all right.
The bird took one, but fortunately, I was on it. As soon as I saw that one get damaged, I put a cage around the other one, and I already had these little nets around them for bugs. Bro, I took the thing out the net, and it was perfect. Like, it looked like the bugs couldn't get to it. It was perfect. It looked like it was store-bought. So it was a good experience. I learned. I know how to protect the fruits. It's a lot of extra work, but, it is what it is, right? So I don't know if I picked it at maturity. I don't know if it's ripe. It wasn't completely, it didn't have the color red or whatever. So, but I picked it because I didn't want it to become overripe. And I figured it would ripen a little off the tree, which that's just me. I could be completely wrong. So I'm going to be eating it on my next refeed day.
You wouldn't, don't some people wait until the fruit falls off the tree naturally before they
I mean,
I think that's for certain fruits.
certain fruits?
you can wait, but every fruits are different.
Like banana, you wouldn't wait. You cut it. You cut it off.
Sometimes the fruit, if it falls off, it's because it's starting to rot. Some fruits do not fall off. They don't ripen on the tree. So it just depends. But usually smell and color are a good indicator. You might be able to pinch it and feel the tenderness of it, and that might be an indicator. But it's different for every fruit. And I've never grown plums before, so I don't know. And I just know the ones from the thrift store. But the thing is, it's different varieties. So when you especially, man, I just went down to the spot down the street and just bought a plum tree. I don't know what variety it is. I never cared. I didn't even realize there was billions of varieties. So I don't know how it's supposed to look. Like, I can't even look it up.
Because you have no idea.
I have no idea, so I can't look it up to determine, oh, this is how it's right. I just got to figure it out.
That's part of
The fun of it.
the fun of doing what you do. Okay. All right. Well, we've had fun this episode. I didn't think we would argue over pico de gallo, but definitely demand good service from your Chipotle workers. If you want to get
Hey,
that.
what happened after you snitched on her?
I haven't seen her since I've been back.
So you got her fired.
Hopefully.
Wow.
Well, not the fact her losing a job. I don't ever want that. I just
Not what I heard.
I just don't want her serving me because she was on some bullshit.
She just needs her correction or
No,
her
she needed
actions
some dick
corrected.
because her attitude
Wow.
was way off. You know what I mean? That's probably what it was. Because the funny thing is, one day I went in there and I was dressed, I'm colorful as hell. And I think I had an anime shirt on. It was a Dragon Ball Z shirt, a Dragon Ball Super shirt. And she was just like, no. She was like, do you watch One Piece? And I was like, that's one of the greatest animes ever. And she's like, yeah, my boyfriend, he watches One Piece and he said something about a gear 5? 5? What is that? I was just like, oh, I said, okay. I see he has good taste. I said,
It's the same girl?
same girl.
Okay.
And this is one of my first
So
times.
maybe she had a bad
This
day.
was one of my first times experiencing her.
Okay.
Attitude was good, chipper, and all this stuff. And I thought, typically if you have a good moment with someone, there's some rapport.
Yeah.
And so then when I went back, it was straight mean mugs. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
Maybe she did need some dig.
That's
Or
what it
maybe
is.
she just got broken up with.
And I went there 2 times, and both times she had an attitude, she had this attitude, and I'm just like, okay, I don't want to deal with her anymore.
Got me thinking about some Chipotle.
I mean, just tell her to have somebody else serve you. Hey, go get your manager.
Or
real
just
quick.
ring me up, right?
She's not even making the food.
Yeah, she's just cashing me out. Cash or credit.
Bruh.
Anything else with this?
My Instagram going stupid right now.
Going stupid.
It's going dumb.
Going dumb.
Going dumb right now.
Shit, about TikTok going crazy right now. Talking about
99
fucking
right
bears
now.
and shit.
Shit, man. I ain't got nothing going crazy right now.
You got to do the viral coaching program for $25,000 so you can get learn how to get followers and stuff on
Yeah,
TikTok.
I'm 25,000.
You know what I mean? But all right.
So many scams out here, bro.
We will see you beautiful people next time. Make sure you subscribe, like, and all that beautiful stuff. And we'll see you all when?
Next time.
Next time. But I am Animated Male, Chris James, Stephen Michael.
Hey.
We'll see you beautiful people next time.